So let's dive into a simple story. It's about a boy, his dad, and three little challenges that actually reveal some huge truths about what it really takes to succeed. It's a great one, so let's get right into it. Have you ever had that feeling? You know the one. You've put in all the work, you tried your absolute best, but then you look over and see someone else just breezing by, not even breaking a sweat. Yeah, that sinking feeling that you're just not good enough, it's something we all feel. And that's exactly where our story starts today. So, let me introduce you to David. He's 12 years old, full of energy, and he lives and breathes soccer. But one day, he walks in the door looking totally crushed. And it's not because his team lost a game. It's because he got a bad grade in math. That frustration, though, is about to lead him to understand something way, way bigger than just numbers.
But here's the thing, right? The real problem wasn't even the grade itself. The real stinger was his friend, Matt. Matt just aced every math test like it was nothing. And for David, that was the most frustrating part. He was falling into that classic comparison trap. And that's the jumping-off point for our very first lesson.
Now, David's dad, being pretty wise, could have just sat him down for a lecture. But instead, he sets up a few challenges. The whole point of the first one? To get David to see his own field, his own unique strength. And the challenge was simple. Hey, why don't you invite Matt over to play some soccer?
And, well, the result was pretty much exactly what you'd guess. David, who is a total natural on the field, scored 3 goals without even thinking about it. But Matt, the math whiz, he was completely lost. He was tripping over the ball, missing passes, he just couldn't keep up. It was suddenly crystal clear that they each had their own arena where they shined.
And boom, that was the first huge aha moment for David. His dad laid it out for him. Success isn't about trying to be a perfect copy of somebody else. It's about seeing that we all have different gifts. Matt's a genius with numbers, and David's a star with a soccer ball. It's not a competition. It's just different strengths.
Okay, so David's getting it. He's intrigued, and he wants to know what's next. So his father gives him the second challenge. This time he says, I want you to be a detective. David's mission? Just watch Matt really closely at school and report back on what he sees.
What David found was pretty eye-opening. Turns out, Matt's gift for math wasn't some kind of magic. It was a habit. He was constantly playing with numbers, solving little puzzles in a book, figuring out change for his friends at recess, even counting the petals on a flower. You see, he wasn't just studying math, he was living it, because for him, it was actually fun.
And that was lesson number 2. Matt was good at math for the very same reason David was a killer at soccer. Constant, consistent practice. Mastery isn't something you're just born with. Nope, it's something you build, piece by piece, day after day. The real secret is just doing it over and over and over again. All right, on to the third and final lesson. This time, David's dad really upped the ante with the toughest challenge yet. He asked David, so how much better at math do you think Matt is than you? David thought for a second and guessed, I don't know, maybe 3 times better? And just like that, that became the challenge. You need to study math 3 times harder than you normally do.
And the result? Oh, it was a total disaster. After just 1 hour, David's head was throbbing, and he literally fell asleep at his desk. I mean, it makes sense, right? For him, soccer felt like all fun and almost no effort. But math? It was the total opposite. A ton of effort for 0 enjoyment. It was a perfect, if painful, lesson that just forcing yourself to do something you don't care about isn't just hard, it's completely unsustainable.
And here we get to the absolute heart of it. His dad explained that the discipline it took to practice soccer every single day felt easy, even fun, because David loved it. Passion. That's the fuel. It's what makes the engine of discipline run without sputtering out. When you genuinely love something, the hard work just doesn't feel so hard anymore.
So after these 3 challenges, it was like a light bulb went off for David. Everything finally clicked. His dad hadn't just helped him with 1 bad grade, he'd handed him a roadmap for success in life. A really simple but incredibly powerful formula that, honestly, any of us can use.
So let's just boil it all down, right? What is this formula? It's these 3 keys. First, you gotta find your strength, that thing you're just naturally good at or drawn to. Second, you have to practice. Consistently. There's no way around it. That's how you build skill. And finally, you fuel it all with passion. That's the secret sauce that makes the whole thing work.
His father's last piece of advice just ties it all together so perfectly. He told David that there are really 2 paths you can take. You can either study what you already love, or you can learn to love what you're studying. Both of them work.
And that really leaves us with a question for you, doesn't it? When you look at your own life, your job, your school, your hobbies, where can you apply these lessons? What's the thing you already love that you can pour that practice into? Or what's something you can learn to love to unlock your own amazing potential? It's definitely something to think about.